The WNBA continues to fail to meet the moment. Terrible decision to allow Marina Mabrey to stay in the game. People are watching as never before, and this is what they see, ?
Shocking new audio has surfaced, and it leaves no doubt about what Marina Mabrey said to Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham on the court. And let's be real, what we're hearing isn't just offensive, it's flat out disgusting. Once again, the WNBA's respect problem is on full display. And once again, the league's biggest star, the very player who rescued them from irrelevance, is being disrespected without mercy.
Look at me.
Temperance player, but cooler edge prevailed.
Hey!
He was up 10 at this point.
Hey, we would have been crashing that team.
Courtney, if somebody ever tackles you like that,
Nobody would ever tackle me like that. They would play with Bridget like that, and then we would have to like take it up there.
okay.
You see what I'm saying?
But I'm just saying.
Nobody would ever play with me like
If
that.
that ever happened, you better crash out behind me, because I'm crashing out behind you.
T,
We can share the same jail cell.
Marina Mabrey's hit on Caitlin Clark during that fiery June 17th matchup was no accident, and thanks to the leaked audio, we now know exactly what kind of mindset she was operating with. One of complete arrogance, a player who clearly believes she can get away with anything, even when it means targeting the one person responsible for boosting the league's entire bottom line. But what really set fans off? Right after slamming Clark to the ground, Mabrey was caught on tape, spewing profanity without a hint of regret.
There's really people out here defending Marina Mabrey for Madden hit sticking Caitlin Clark to the floor, saying that she's just protecting her teammate. For one, it involved Caitlin Clark and JC Sheldon. They had their little spiel before that, and then JC Sheldon scratches Clark in the face, then invades her space after that. Clark pushes her away because of that, and then Marina Mabrey comes get involved, and Madden hit sticks her to the floor, man, and y'all just like she was protecting her teammate. But then Sophie Cunningham is getting called vile and disgusting for dropping JC Sheldon to the floor and dragging her by the hair. So Sophie Cunningham can't stick up for her teammate, or else it's vile and disgusting. But Marina Mabrey could get involved in something that didn't involve her, and it's just she was protecting her teammate. The Caitlin.
In the newly leaked audio, Marina Mabrey is seen during the Indiana versus Connecticut game, not just celebrating, but mocking. She was out there doing the Millie Rock mid-game, laughing and telling her teammates exactly how she felt about the chaos she'd just caused. This wasn't just trash talk, this was blatant disrespect, not just toward Caitlin Clark, but toward everything the WNBA claims to stand for. And the worst part, it all happened in front of everyone, with zero accountability.
Marina Mabrey shoves Caitlin Clark to the ground after she's slashed in the eye by one player, rushed by another. Like, I can clearly see why some of y'all teams in the WNBA are just not successful, bro. Like, y'all don't know how to act. We just gonna call it for what it is. Y'all don't know how to act. Like, there's basketball stuff, and then there's just completely playing dirty.
But here's where things take a wild turn. Multiple sources have confirmed the audio didn't come from a fan's phone or a leaked video. It came straight from courtside microphones that picked up Marina Mabrey's exact words during the game review. Let that sink in. The same player making just $26,667 a year, a paycheck made possible by the massive revenue Caitlin Clark generates, was literally caught on mic dancing and cursing after body checking the woman responsible for her salary. You can't make this up.
Trying to figure out why the entire WNBA acts like they hate Caitlin Clark. Maybe not the entire WNBA, but in tonight's game with the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun, it was a dead ball and Caitlin Clark literally got shoved to the ground. This tweet really sums it up. Marina Mabrey shoved Caitlin Clark to the ground. Again, it was a dead ball. She didn't get ejected from the game. If you watched the game, it was very evident. It looked like Caitlin got hit in the eye by a different player. Play is over, and then both of these players from the Suns come over and just knock her to the ground. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, I don't understand why this is all happening to Caitlin Clark, who's brought so much attention to the league, frankly, revenue and viewership numbers. She single-handedly has made the broadcast rights go up.
If you're enjoying this, make sure to subscribe, because what just got exposed is something the WNBA can't hide from anymore. The timing of this leaked audio couldn't be more damning. And honestly, the league deserves every ounce of backlash headed their way. Let's break it down with cold, hard numbers, since the WNBA officials clearly can't be trusted with the truth. During her rookie season, Caitlin Clark was responsible for a jaw-dropping 26.5% of the league's total economic activity. That includes ticket sales, merchandise, TV ratings, everything. Games featuring Clark averaged 1.178 million viewers. Games without her, barely 394,000. That's not just a gap, that's the difference between Marina Mabrey having a professional career and Marina Mabrey being completely irrelevant.
I feel like we baby Caitlin Clark too much in the WNBA.
No, man, I think that transformative players, if that's the word, are generational players. You know, they come once in a lifetime, and she's that type of player, right? We've been watching it. We watched it first. Sabrina Ionescu, we thought she was going to be the one, and then Caitlin Clark came and did it bigger, right? We got these players that just do it bigger, and unfortunately, I'm not going to say unfortunately, but the players have been grinding and ain't seeing the love that she's been seeing. Now are like, you know, that ain't right. Like, we've been grinding, we should get that love, but she's a difference maker. She's somebody different. Like, the three wasn't cool till Steph Curry came. Right. You know, so it's that same type of thing that I think the WNBA is going through with Caitlin Clark, where it's like you got somebody that's so different and doing things in a different way than everybody else, and it's just gonna take time for the rest of the league to be like, yep, she's.
Marina Mabrey's reaction to this entire situation says everything you need to know about the WNBA's growing culture problem. When called out for her actions during an Instagram live, Mabrey didn't apologize. She didn't take accountability. She didn't even acknowledge she had just assaulted the very player keeping the league alive. Instead, she dropped an 8-word brush off. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. That's it. No remorse, no reflection, just attitude. This is a player who clearly thinks she can do whatever she wants, with zero consequences. Let's not forget, Marina Mabrey has asked to be traded from nearly every team she's been on, and now she's landed on one of the worst teams in the league, a team nobody's talking about. Unless she's taking cheap shots at Caitlin Clark.
Goose, every game she is dropping golden eggs, and they are trying to strangle the golden goose to death. There's jealousy, there is hate. Everyone in the league seems to hate the fact that Caitlin Clark is making the league relevant. If I were advising Caitlin Clark, I would say start your own pro basketball league for women. I don't know why she benefits from the WNBA at all. She could go out. She is the draw for women's basketball and set up her own league. She might even be able to own the majority of the league. She could probably become a billionaire. Set it up with far fewer teams. You play far fewer games. Heck, they did it with Live Golf. I think the audience would follow Caitlin Clark.
The leaked footage from multiple games makes one thing crystal clear. What's happening to Caitlin Clark isn't basketball. It's targeted aggression, rooted in jealousy, not competition. But let's shift the spotlight to the real hero in this mess, Sophie Cunningham. While Marina Mabrey was out there body-checking Clark and then dancing like she won a championship, Sophie was the only one with the guts to push back. Game after game, Clark takes hits every time she drives to the rim. Referees stay silent, whistles stay down, but Sophie finally had enough. In a recent interview, she didn't hold back, saying she'd do whatever it takes to protect her teammate, and she made sure to call out the refs directly for allowing this chaos to continue. When no one else stepped up, Sophie Cunningham did, and fans aren't forgetting it.
But you know what? The greatest thing I saw tonight was Sophie Cunningham. Thank you, Sophie Cunningham. She's about to give her the Stone Cold Stunner, bro. I'm gonna put it right here, bro. She was gripping JC's shoulder and straight bumped her. She was straight grabbing her hair and was talking shit while doing it. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you become a teammate. That's a road dog. That's a real teammate, bro. She see what made me mad the play before. Howard, none of them jokers didn't stick up for Caitlin Clark, but that's how you stick up for Caitlin Clark. That's how you fight for your teammates. That's how you do it.
While Marina Mabrey was flipping off fans and celebrating her cheap shot on Caitlin Clark with mocking dances, Sophie Cunningham was being thrown out of the game for doing the right thing. Cunningham didn't attack anyone. She stood up for her teammate, yet she was immediately ejected. Meanwhile, Mabrey, she got just a technical, later upgraded to a flagrant 2, but showed no remorse. In fact, she doubled down, posting TikToks using audio like, "Can't keep my hands to myself. I mean, I could, but why would I want to?" And while Mabrey mocks the entire situation, fans are rallying behind Sophie, finally seeing someone willing to defend Clark when no one else would. But here's what really makes it infuriating. Marina Mabrey is biting the hand that feeds her. The truth is, Caitlin Clark's impact isn't just about TV ratings, it's financially transforming the league. Projections show Clark could generate up to $875 million for the WNBA in 2025, maybe even crossing the $1 billion mark. Since her draft, Indy's Fever-specific website saw a 501% spike in traffic. Hotel bookings in Indianapolis now directly correlate with Fever home games, and a $75 million practice facility is being built, purely because of the attention Clark brings. Yet somehow Mabrey thinks mocking and attacking her is fair game. This isn't just disrespect, it's insanity.
WNBA every day because of the way they play the game, because I love the WNBA, I love the way they play the game. But we really watch it because Caitlin Clark and everybody watching. Now listen, if I keep bumping her, knocking her down, might get her a concussion, you might hurt her for real. For 2 weeks, she was done with like a hamstring. She was down. 55% of the viewership was down. She comes back the next game, it's about 3 million viewers. Now let me tell you something. Growing up in the hood, they teach you this. Always protect the money. Y'all keep hurting her and all that. She's going for a year or two. Ain't nobody gonna watch it. If nobody watches, how y'all gonna make and generate money? Stop playing with that girl home. Look, y'all need to start doing is put them emails together with the commissioner, to the referees. Don't put y'all damn hands on Caitlin like that.
Marina Mabrey pulls in just over $26,000 a year from the WNBA. That salary, it exists because of Caitlin Clark, the player who built the revenue stream this entire league now relies on. Before Clark showed up, WNBA viewership was practically invisible. Now, thanks to her influence, players like Mabrey can make well over $200,000 annually with bonuses and endorsements. And how does she repay that? By body checking Clark to the ground, dancing like it's a joke, and bragging that she doesn't care, but the numbers don't lie. When Clark was sidelined with a left quad strain, WNBA viewership collapsed. Before the injury, Indiana Fever games with Clark averaged 1.81 million viewers. Without her, that dropped to just 847,000, a staggering 53% decline. This isn't just about basketball anymore, it's about an entire economic engine built around one player, and Marina Mabrey thinks she can just assault the foundation of that system and walk away with no consequences. That's not just reckless, it's outrageous.
Let's look at the WNBA and Caitlin Clark. Who is set to make WNBA players more money? Is it Angel Reese, the author of the Me Bound? The Me Bound that she's now going to copyright, and she's trying to get all the rights to it so she can glorify the Me Bound? Basically a made-up stat for someone who can't hit layups? No, it's not Angel Reese. Does Angel Reese help add to the legend that is Caitlin Clark? For sure. Caitlin Clark is going to print money for the rest of the WNBA.
The backlash to Marina Mabrey's behavior and the WNBA's refusal to protect Caitlin Clark has been immediate and explosive. More and more fans are now calling for Clark to leave the WNBA altogether. And honestly, can you blame them? When fans are openly saying things like, "This league is trying to injure her." The hate is so obvious. She's bigger than the WNBA itself. You know things have gone completely off the rails. This sentiment is no longer a fringe opinion. It's growing louder every single day. Supporters are genuinely concerned for Clark's safety, blaming both referees and league officials for failing to stop the non-stop targeting. Some are even floating the idea that Clark should just walk away and start her own league. And the wild part, that idea doesn't sound so crazy anymore, especially when you consider the fact that Ice Cube reportedly offered her $5 million to join the Big 3 league. That's over 60 times what she currently earns in the WNBA. So when fans say Caitlin Clark doesn't need the WNBA, they might be right.
Clark, please leave this league and let it crumble. Please, this league does not deserve football somewhere else. Your fans will follow you. We will follow you wherever you go. But let this shit crumble and burn to the fucking ground, man. Let the viewership drop below 50%. Let them lose hundreds of millions of dollars again, man. Let them go back into fucking irrelevancy. Nobody giving a damn about none of these players. Just leave.
But nothing reveals Marina Mabrey's true colors more than the way she treats different players. Photos from a recent game show Mabrey all smiles with Paige Buchers, laughing and chatting like it's all love and respect. Meanwhile, the same Mabrey was body-checking Caitlin Clark and refusing to show even a shred of remorse. The contrast couldn't be more obvious. This isn't just about playing hard, it's about jealousy, plain and simple. Mabrey can play nice with stars who don't threaten her spotlight, but when it comes to Clark, the one actually pulling in viewership, selling out arenas, and bringing in revenue, suddenly it's elbows, attitude, and zero accountability. And somehow, the WNBA added fuel to the fire. After Mabrey's altercation with Clark, the league actually featured her in a promotional post, a move that instantly drew backlash. Critics called it tone deaf. Fans said it sends a dangerous message to young viewers that attacking your league's biggest star will get you promoted, not punished. This wasn't just a bad look, it was a full-blown PR disaster.
Players hate Caitlin Clark because they just learned that they were not actually that good. They were never actually that good. She's been in this league for roughly a year and some change. She's already got like scoring records, like triple-double records. She's clearly outpacing y'all when it comes to being able to play the game. So much so that y'all now just resorting to just hack a Caitlin, I guess? It ain't even really hacking, it's just straight up fouling her. And this is players of all races, creeds, whatever it is. They don't like that she's actually a good player, bro. And more important than just being a good player, she's great at this. She's better at the game than the vast majority of the women who've played this sport for the last 20-something years.
The leaked audio of Marina Mabrey brushing off her actions toward Caitlin Clark perfectly captures what's broken in the WNBA right now. Too many players have forgotten that this is an entertainment business, and they're employees in it. And the truth is simple, Caitlin Clark is the reason many of them have jobs. Mabrey's $26,667 salary, that exists because of the $875 million in economic activity Clark brings to the league. This isn't speculation, it's real money, real numbers, real impact. But instead of appreciating that, instead of protecting the player keeping the league alive, instead of understanding that her six-figure basketball career exists because of Clark's star power, Marina Mabrey chose violence. She body-checked Clark, she laughed about it, she danced afterward, and the league allowed it to happen. In a time when the WNBA is desperate for stars, attention, and revenue, they let their most valuable asset be targeted by players whose financial futures literally depend on her success. It's more than just disrespect, it's self-destruction.
Likeable athletes ever created, which makes it a tough watch for a lot of people. So now we've got people we actually like and sort of want to watch, want to support, and this is the product the league is putting out. This is the product that the league, I don't think, understands. You're showing your product to new fans. You're finally, and this is how sports leagues truly make it. You have to bring in the casual viewer, and Caitlin Clark is going to bring in the casual viewer.
While Marina Mabrey was out there embarrassing herself and the league, Sophie Cunningham stepped up and showed the world what a real teammate looks like. And get this, there's even a petition to ban Cunningham from the WNBA. All because she defended Caitlin Clark. That alone tells you everything you need to know about how backward the league's priorities have become. But fans aren't blind. Cunningham's jersey sales are skyrocketing because people recognize authenticity when they see it. She's become Clark's unofficial enforcer, and honestly, it's long overdue. Someone had to step into that role, and Sophie didn't hesitate. When asked about standing up for Clark, Cunningham kept it simple and real. I'm just going to be me. I'm locked in, focused on my shots, executing our game plan. I'm not out here for drama. What happened out there? That was just basketball. The refs had a lot to do with it, and that's the difference. While Mabrey is getting dragged for cheap shots and mockery, Cunningham is being celebrated for standing her ground and protecting the face of the league. Fans see it. They know who's real and who's just reckless.
I'm dialed in. I need to focus on hitting my shots, making sure I'm executing the schemes right. I'm not focused on the extracurricular activities. And you know what? During that, it was just part of the game. I think the refs had a lot to do with that. It was a build-up for a couple of years now of them just not protecting, the star player of the WNBA. And so at the end of the day, I'm going to protect my teammates. That's what I do. And I'm a team player, so.
The leaked audio of Marina Mabrey after her cheap shot on Caitlin Clark should serve as a massive wake-up call for the entire WNBA, because this isn't just about one heated moment. This is about a broken culture. A culture where the league's biggest star gets mocked, shoved, and disrespected by players who owe their careers and paychecks to her success. When someone like Mabrey can body check the WNBA's golden goose and then dance and laugh about it with barely any consequences, that's a red flag for everyone, and the numbers don't lie. Caitlin Clark generates over 25% of the WNBA's total economic activity, from ticket sales to merch to TV ratings. Games featuring Clark bring in almost 3 times the viewership of games without her. And when she went down with that injury, national TV ratings dropped by 55%. That's not just a dip. That's a disaster. These aren't fan opinions. These are hard facts. Facts that should make every player in the league thankful she's here. But what do we get instead? Marina Mabrey's I don't care attitude. League officials promoting the very player who assaulted Clark. And referees who continue to let this happen game after game. The league is failing to protect its biggest star, and fans are watching it all unfold.